more storage unit because I have a couple things in there that I have to get out. Then we're going to the house, filling up the truck, and coming back to U-Haul so that they can put my car on the back. The baby! First load. My stuff is only on this side, so it's basically maybe one more trip.
Yeah.
That was so fast. Okay, my stuff is out of here, so we're good to go. We did it! Yeah. And I dropped my phone. Okay, truck is fully packed. Got everything out of the storage, and now we're on our way to the house to get my furniture and the rest of my belongings. But just us two, we did pretty good.
Yeah.
It's hard work. Hard work. Wish I didn't have to do it. It has to be done. Gotta keep on pushing. It's all gonna be worth it eventually. Starting to get to that point when I'm starting to move slow and I'm getting tired, but I literally couldn't stop even if I wanted to. So we gotta tough it out. We're gonna get through this, and it's going to be great. Pray for me, y'all. Okay, little update. We've managed to get the majority of the furniture onto the truck. Bon. Right now I'm taking a break from the heavy lifting and the manual labor, and I'm leaning more towards frivolous knick-knack paddywhacks that just like don't really have a designated place to go. So that's the focus right now. This one I can do alone. I don't have to drag my mom along for this, which is good because she's pregnant and she's been doing a lot of lifting, climbing, bending. So I want to give her a little bit of a break. I'm trying my best to beat the sun because I have this thing where I start to get like kind of sad when like the sun starts setting and nighttime is approaching. I know that that's like the last thing I need as far as motivation goes. So I'm gonna try my best to beat it, keep the serotonin going. I haven't had a time to think. My mind has been like on 10, going and going nonstop since we got the truck. So I haven't had time to mellow out and think about what I'm actually about to embark on. Now, without getting too deep into it, because I do want there to be a point in this process where I do sit down and take everything in. Just the way that everything worked out, it's a God thing. It's definitely a God thing. And as afraid as I am, I believe that I am being obedient to what God is calling me to do. He's been tugging at my heart for a while with this. It's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of prayers. It's been a lot of tears shed, and I'm literally living out a prayer. So, you know, as much as this is putting a lot of fear into my heart, it's rousing my anxiety and has my anxiety stirring up. It gets nobody's business. I do know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I've got enough confirmation. Like, I know that this is what I'm supposed to do. So I just have to continue to trust in God and continue to trust that He has me for this. He wouldn't have brought me this far if He didn't have me. And I do believe in the back of my mind, like, if I had to be honest, I do believe I'm gonna be okay. It's just a lot. Like, this is so far from anything that I would normally do. You know, I'm very attached to my family, very close to my family. I'm a homebody, so this whole moving alone, away from my family thing, it's this. I have to be working in God's will. This has to be God, because if it was my own doing and my own strength, it would not be happening. I would talk myself out of it. I'm good for that. I'm good for talking myself out of blessings, because either I don't feel prepared, I feel ill-equipped, I feel like I don't deserve it. It's always something. But if this move is going to do anything, I know it's going to bring me closer to God, which is an absolute blessing. It's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. I'm going to have nothing but time, peace, space to continue to strengthen my relationship with God and continue to seek Him. And all that I do, I'm going to need Him, because this is crazy. My support, my crutch in life, earth side, is my mother, and she's going to be a little bit over 700 miles away from me. So yeah, so enough of that. I'm going to try to do this quickly and hopefully get these boxes on this truck. I'm really ready for this to be over. Okay, sun is definitely starting to go down, but I want to say that I'm done in here. Hey everyone, it's the next day. Feeling a lot of feels. This is very hard, but we're making it. This is what the truck is looking like.
You're taking her to Walmart and you're gonna park it in one of the parking spots. We taking a video of Marquis.
Yes. Hey everyone, I'm back. What have you missed since the last time I recorded? I moved from my mom's place to my place. It's been a week since the move, so today's Sunday. We moved in on Monday. My family, so my mom and my two little brothers, they stayed with me for a week and they left yesterday. Yeah, I've been on my own for a little over 24 hours and it sucks. I'm not having a good time, I'm very lonely, very sad, a little overstimulated and overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that I still have to do. You know, just like walking around and doing some things that I would normally do, like my skincare routine and shower routine and things like that. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like home. Definitely having a bit of a hard time adjusting, but I know it's gonna take some time for me to get into my routines, for me to unpack everything. That's my main priority right now, is unpacking. The boxes are taking up the majority of my living room and I can't like function properly not knowing where all my stuff is at. And I also told myself that my reward for putting everything away is going to be to get my furniture, and I know that the furniture is going to be needed for my mental, because it just looks like an empty apartment right now. That is my goal for the week, is to get everything out of boxes, on hangers, and put away where they need to be, so then I can start focusing on starting to slowly but surely bring my furniture in. So my family was with me for a week. My mom did a lot to help me out. She washed a lot of my stuff. She was cleaning up, cooking. We did some fun things in my new city, explored around a little bit, and that was really nice. But now it's up to me. So the big thing looming over my head right now is my clothes. I have a lot of clothes, I have a lot of shoes, I have a lot of bags, I have a lot of accessories. Moving really showed me that I am a maximalist. I have a lot of stuff. It's a ridiculous, embarrassing amount of stuff. For now, I have a lot of time to focus on at least getting this apartment into a semi-cozy safe space for me. Right now, it doesn't feel like a safe space. I want to go home. I'm very homesick. I miss my mom. But I know that eventually, with adding my touches to it and decorating it the way that I want, it'll start feeling like home. So definitely hoping that day comes soon, because I do want to be able to enjoy this little adventure that I'm on now, this journey. Like I said towards the beginning of the video, I know that this is what God wants for me. And before I was here, it felt right. I'm here now, going through the motions, so now I'm having second thoughts. But before, when I would think and sit and think about it and all the things that I plan to do and all the things I want to accomplish from being out here, it made a lot of sense. So I just have to get to a point where I'm living those dreams and prayers. But right now I'm in the trenches, definitely in the trenches right now, and I can't wait to get out, because this is not it. I'm just like, dang, I should have just stayed home, But no, this is just very important. This is something that I have to do. I'm 22 years old. It's a great time to move out and be on my own. This was a decision that I made, so I have to live in it and make the most of it and just continue to wait on God. This was a big thing. I prayed for this. I prayed really, really long and hard for this. So I'm trying to be grateful and make the most of it. But yeah, this is the current state of my apartment. And then more clothes in here. Yeah, so as you can see, it's definitely a state of emergency and needs doing. Okay, right now I'm gonna start going through my boxes and bags. I have a general idea of how I want to store my clothes and where I want things to go, but right now I'm just going to try to combine categories. So for instance, dresses with dresses, skirts, skirts, shirts, shirts. I'm curious to see what I come up with. I'm making things up as I go. But I think that if I'm just smart about how I utilize space, especially because this is a studio apartment, I don't know if this is the first time I'm saying that, I'm gonna utilize my little studio space. One bag done. Next bag, empty the box. Another box done. Okay, it's hours later and I'm exhausted. I got through a couple of boxes. This is where we're at now. It really doesn't look like I did anything, but I did. I got some stuff up in the closet. These are clothes. I hung up the majority of my dresses. And then I started hanging up some stuff in here. These are just empty hangers. I kind of gave up on this side a little bit because I started to get tired. Yeah, making progress. Small progress, but progress nevertheless. So I'm gonna get some things to eat, call it a night. And I will see you all tomorrow. Hey everyone, it's like 2 days later, I think, from the last time I spoke to you all. I'm pretty sure it was Sunday. Today's now Tuesday. So just a little bit of an update. I didn't do much on Monday. Monday was actually my first day of classes. So that was so nice. I've been out of school for about 3 years. When I was in school last, which was 3 years ago, I was studying something completely different from what I'm studying now. I am in a really exciting major. I don't want to speak too much on it now, but my major is very exciting. I'm looking forward to being a part of it and just seeing what that's all about. First day was, I would say, pretty good. It was very overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. So for those first couple of hours, I was like a little overwhelmed. Like, I have no clue what I'm doing. But then later that night, I was like, okay, I have to figure this out. I have to at least know what I'm doing for tomorrow. So I did that and paced myself through it, made sure I was reading the syllabi, reading the instructor announcements and everything like that. And I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. I did order some stuff. I ordered actually quite a bit of stuff. My big thing was I didn't want to start ordering anything until I felt a little bit more secure in where my apartment is at. If there's something at the forefront of my mind that's stressing me out or overwhelming me, I have a hard time focusing on anything else. So at this current moment, what's clouding my head right now is the amount of clothes, shoes, and purses I have and have to put away that I haven't done yet. And it's taking up a lot of space in my closet and a lot of space in my living room. And for a while I was just like, I don't want to bring any packages, I don't want to bring any furniture in here until that's cleared out. I want that to be done so I can focus on other things. I need to focus on one thing at a time, because then when furniture starts coming in, then you have all these pieces, all these boxes on top of boxes that I already have that I didn't put away yet. So I just know what that would look like in this tiny little apartment, and I'm just trying to avoid it. But some things cannot be avoided. Like, I did have to buy a couple of things. I already ordered my couch because I'm craving a couch. Like, I'm using this one desk chair for my dining, my classwork, and for lounging in the living room. I really want a couch. Like, I just really want a couch. I want to be able to just sit in front of my TV or sit with my laptop on my lap, or even sit and eat in front of the TV. I ordered that. Yes, I did. And I'm pretty sure I ordered a bed frame because right now I am sleeping on my air mattress on top of my regular mattress. So I would really like to put this air mattress away. It's not the most comfortable. It's not terrible, but it's not the most comfortable. So I would like to have a bed frame. I want to show you guys what the apartment is looking like currently. I did straighten up a little bit because my aunt did stop in yesterday. I just didn't want her to think that I'm in the trenches, you know. I am in the trenches, but she didn't have to know that. So this right here is my bed area. I have my air mattress on top of my actual mattress. This is going to be my little vanity area, like my dressers and my vanity mirror. These are the boxes that I have yet to go through, but it's definitely looking better than it was before, so I can't even complain. I moved my TV stand over a little bit. This is not going to stay here. I have a specific TV stand that I want to get, and I'm actually going to be putting these two up against each wall and, you know, decking it out and making it a decor piece instead of a TV stand. This is just what I have at the moment, so that's why that looks like that. This is my desk area. That's going to look completely different. This is my dining area and kitchen. So I'm going to be getting some bar stools for here, and I'm also going to start making use of my dishwasher eventually. But right now, I'm still hand washing dishes. Some packages I have yet to open. And more packages that I have yet to open in this closet. So yeah, it's definitely a work in progress, but looking better. I can see my floors. I can walk around. So definitely feeling a lot better about that. Hey everyone, it's a couple days later since the last time I filmed, so it's Saturday, and for the past week I've been very busy with school. School has been consuming my life lately. It's only been a week and I'm already at that point where I'm ready for it to be over. I haven't had time to focus on anything else except for school, but I did tell myself I need to start trying to get my apartment together so that at least this is one less thing that it's on my mind that I have to worry about. So I have a lot of packages that came in. I'm expecting one more shipment that's on the way, and then the next set of orders that I do is going to be my last bit of furniture, if I'm not mistaken. I've been ordering things little by little, so I'm not overwhelmed with the amount of things that are coming into the apartment at one time. As far as furniture, I did get my bed frame, my couch, and I did order a new desk chair. Did it, y'all. I put my couch together. Hey everyone, it's been a while. I had to take a step back from recording to try to hone in and focus on the things I had to do, but to be honest, did I really even get that much done? Probably not. The main thing is I have been doing really well with putting things away. I'm calling it my catch-all corner. This is the area that I'm holding things that I have not found a place for yet. But compared to what it looked like before, this is so awesome, and I'm so proud of myself that I was able to get all that stuff done. Now, there are some areas of my apartment right now that have smaller catch-all corners. just because, you know, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of stuff, but it looks so much better than what it was before, like what it looked like before I last filmed. So I'm really happy about that. Today is Saturday, so I'm really trying to wrap this up. I have 4 more furniture pieces to put up. I have a walkway storage situation, and I'll use the storage unit to throw mail on top or whatever, just like a nice little walkway area. I'm gonna deck it out and it's gonna look really nice. So I have that. I have a coffee table, 2 nightstands, and a TV stand, and that is the last of the furniture that I plan on getting for this apartment. Now further down the line, if I decide to add things, then that's my prerogative, but I just don't really see it because, again, I live in a studio apartment, so I have to be smart with the amount of things that I bring in here, and everything that I bring in here, it has to have a double usage. It has to have some type of storage. So all of these items that I bought, I can put things in, which is good because although I know that I'm gonna be okay storage wise, there are some things where I'm just like, I need a place for you, and I think I'm running out of places to put you. I even got to a point when, I think this might have just been my overstimulation talking, but I was telling myself, I need a storage unit. I'm gonna get a storage unit because I'm running out of places to put things and I don't have any space for all this stuff. I'm gonna get myself a storage unit. I was at that place for a minute there, but I talked myself down. I was like, start trying to put your things together first before you run and get a storage unit that you're probably not even gonna need. So now that I'm looking at everything, I don't think I'm gonna need a storage unit. I just think I need to get a little bit smarter and more clever with how I decide to store things. So there's been quite a few updates that I've done to the place. Right now I am sitting on my couch. You did see me build this. I did get 2 blankets. I got like a furry blanket for the bottom and a quilt for the top, just to cover the couch because it is a light color. It's a light beige, and I would like to protect the couch as much as I can. These are the actual sheets that I plan to keep on here. These are the ones that I wanted, so that looks good. I also put up my curtains, so I've been enjoying sunlight because for a while I didn't want to open the shades without having a curtain because I felt a little bit too exposed. So now I have some nice pink sheer curtains that perfectly match the vibe that I'm going for. They are very coquette and they have this beautiful floral lace detailing on them, and they're like frilly around the edges. It's just so adorable. I'm slowly starting to see everything come together. My couch still needs throw pillows and things of that nature, but I've been doing really good. I think that if you were to walk into my apartment and just look at what I have so far, you can kind of see what I'm going for. So I think I'm doing a pretty good job. So I'm going to show some stuff because, you know, it does still look a little crazy in here. You know, it has to look bad before it can look good. It has to get worse before it gets better. So once you start unboxing things become all over the place until you put things where they need to be and throw out the boxes or extras or garbage or things like that. So I do have a bunch of piles all over my apartment full of things that needs to be put away or given away, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm gonna try to get into a flow state today. I would really like to put together the last bit of furniture that I have to put together. The next things that I'm gonna be doing for my apartment are shopping for decor and decorating. I'm actually gonna be going into stores and looking around because that's something that I haven't done since getting my apartment. Most of everything that I bought, if not all the things that I bought, have been from Amazon, so online. And I do want to just give myself the opportunity to go in the stores and shop and see what they have and pick little things up, and then whatever I don't get from in stores, I'll just get on Amazon. I do have a full wish list full of things that I want to add decor wise into this place, but out of curiosity I just want to see what places like Burlington, TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, Home Goods, Five Below, Dollar Tree, things like that. I want to see what they have first because I do have a lot of surfaces in my apartment and I don't want blank surfaces. I want to have like little trinkets, you know, that match the decor and just tie everything together. So that's going to be the next thing. I feel like that's going to be the most exciting thing, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most, just seeing my place come together, see my vision come to life. So that's going to be really nice. If you want to stay updated on what I decide to do with the apartment from this point forward, or after catching up after the video ends to see what changes I make and what the apartment ends up looking like, I would highly suggest and love it if you would watch my Christian diaries. So they're going to be my weekly vlogs. They're just going to be titled Christian diaries because I feel like it's fitting for like where I am in my life right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you all what some stuff is looking like. Not everything, just mostly the main changes and how much I have left to do. And then we're gonna lock in and we're gonna start putting this furniture up because I would like to be done with this. So this is the infamous catch-all corner. If you remember what this used to look like, there were boxes coming all the way out here at one point, covering the TV stand area. It was a mess. So this is what I have left. These are just some things that I bought for my apartment that needs to get put away. Fridge organizers, my iron, shower lamp, my house slippers. And there is one more bucket here underneath there that I have yet to go through, but I can see it's a clear bucket, so I can already see into it and know that a lot of those things are going to be thrown away or given away. So hopefully I could get through that soon. This is where we are with the TV stand area. Now, again, I'm not keeping this as a TV stand. These are going to be in each corner of the living room, and they're going to be standing up instead of laying on their side. This is just how it is for right now, but I did change the bins to something more in line with the decor. So I am, like, my furniture is going to be like very boho-ish. So you're going to see that with when I start unboxing everything, that a lot of them are basically the same theme, and I feel like these cubes match perfectly. So these are the ones that I'm going to be keeping. This is exactly what I wanted. This is what my couch is looking like. I have a furry blanket on the bottom seat part, and I have this beautiful quilt on the back side of the couch. It really encapsulates the theme that I'm going for with my apartment. The pinks and little accents of green, the flowers, very coquette, girly. So this is very true to the theme that I'm going for. And then I have my curtains. And then my bed is a mess right now. It is holding laundry that I have to put away. So yeah, this is where we are right now. I'm going to start with the bar stools because I did take them out of the box one of these days and got overwhelmed as soon as I saw all the pieces. I really don't think it's going to be that bad. I just think at the time when I decided to open those boxes, I just wasn't in the mood to build anything. So I just left it in the middle of the living room floor for a couple of days, but we're going to get to that today. Hey y'all, so I wanted to kind of bring this video to a close by sitting down and talking and kind of explaining everything, touching on things that I didn't touch on throughout the video. Little bit of a backstory to kind of get us to where we are. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. That's where I lived the first basically 20 years of my life. I think we moved out of New York October either 2021 or 2022. We, and by we I mean my mother, my little brother, and we moved from New York into a new city that was a little bit under 500 miles away, and we lived there for about 3 years. Now, my mom and my little brother are still there currently, and I moved by myself to a new city, which is a little over 700 miles away from my mom and my little brother. So I lived in 3 different cities in the past 3 years. Brief little overview why we left New York. We were experiencing so much trauma and turmoil as a family, individually. We were in a really bad place emotionally, mentally, physically. Our living situation was horrible. I kept bringing this up to my mom, like, we have to move, we have to leave, this is unacceptable, we can't keep living like this. And that was a topic of conversation. I had prayed. This is the hardest I think I've ever prayed. I got on my knees on the bathroom floor one night and I cried. I don't think I've ever cried and prayed before. I don't think I've ever got on my knees like that and prayed before. I didn't even know that I had that in me. That's just what I felt like I needed to do in the moment. Got on the bathroom floor and I cried and I prayed, God, please get us out of this situation. Please make a way for us to get out of this situation. And he did. And the way he did it was so crazy. We weren't supposed to move. Our window to move was closed. And then miraculously, we were able to move. How that worked, nothing but God. It was a God thing. I just know it was. We moved into, I think this is the first time we ever had a 3-bedroom apartment. This apartment wasn't perfect by any means, but it was way more than we've ever had. So we moved there, and I'm a big believer in change of scenery. I'm a big advocate for that, getting out of your environment, because sometimes your environment is just not conducive to healing, maturing, moving on, bettering yourself. Sometimes you just have to get out of the environment that you're in. But I'm also a realist, and I'm speaking from experience where I'm saying if there is something underlying in your life that you need to deal with and confront, moving is not going to fix your problems. And that had happened to me when I had moved from my hometown to the other city that I was living in. I thought that this was going to be the grand all be all, like this was going to be the answer to my problems, the answer to my prayers. And it was in some ways, but it did not fix everything. I had my faith revelation, my coming to Jesus story that actually happened 2 months before we moved out of the city. But my faith grew and blossomed and flourished in the city that I had moved to. That's where I started maturing in the faith and deciding, like, yeah, this is gonna be a lifetime thing for me. Yeah, me and God and I are locked in. And I think that's what changed things and catapulted me to where I am now. But moving to the other city that I was living in, at the very beginning, I want to say the first 2 months, I was doing very well. I had plans for my life. I had things that I wanted to do. I had hobbies lined up. I was starting to meet people. I was thinking about going back to school. And then something changed. My motivation for making this new city work was gone. I got a job, and that was it. I had no social life, no friends, no hobbies, nothing outside of work. I went to work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and that's all I did. And that destroyed my mental. I was so depressed. It was like a lost in interest type of thing. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to make any friends. I just didn't want to do anything. All I cared to do was work. I had this very hopeless feeling every single day. I would just be so miserable and just lonely and helpless, hopeless, feeling like, what am I doing with my life? And throughout that, I was getting to know God. I felt like that was the thing that was really keeping me going. And then over time, I started realizing that I had to leave the city. Now that sounds so crazy because I had the revelation that I needed to leave my home city. Moved out of my home city, and things didn't really get that much better. Starting in 2024, I started taking trips to the city that I'm in now. I knew that I had family here, so I would take trips, explore different things, and eventually came to the realization that this is where I would want to be. And I did feel like God was calling me here. Every day I wake up, every new thing that I get involved in, every new person I meet, it just confirms it even more that this is where I'm supposed to be. I believe that this time around is going to be a lot different because I have God this time, and I believe that the city that I was in before, I got what I was supposed to get out of the city, and God has done a really good work in me throughout those 3 years that I feel like now in this new city that I'm in, the one that I believe that God is calling me to settle in and start my life in, I have multiple moments where I sit to myself and I just have to laugh because I'm just like, I cannot believe I'm actually here. Like, I cannot believe that the things that I said that I was going to do, I'm doing. And the most important thing is my relationship with God is growing. I am at a season in my life right now where I feel really close and locked in with God. It almost feels like God is confirming to me that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing and exactly what he wants me to do, exactly what's in his will for me. I have been unstable majority of my life, just moving around, just not really knowing where I'm gonna be from this day to this day, and it's just really nice to have some sense of security. So that's a little bit of the backstory about how I got here. I was very team stay at home for as long as possible. That was where I was. I was okay with living with my mom well into my 20s until I absolutely had to leave. And even still now, I just kind of wish it could have been a different situation. So you might be wondering, how come you moved from that new city to another city by yourself? Why didn't your mom and your little brother come? For the first time almost ever, because my mom and I usually agree on everything, this time around we did not agree on where we wanted to be. They want to move. They will be moving. I know that for a fact. It's just a matter of when. I couldn't wait any longer. I was tired of waiting, and I think God was calling me out of my waiting season. I was in a waiting season for a long, very long, painstaking time. So we differed on when we wanted to move, where we wanted to move. So I just decided, like, you have the means to move on your own. Why not just do it? And I believe that that's exactly what I was supposed to do. I don't think I was meant to move with my family. I think that I was specifically supposed to be alone. I think God is specifically providing me with the opportunity to experience living alone because he has something for me in the future. You know, I believe that. This is my first video back after 3 years of not posting on YouTube. My last YouTube video was uploaded on January 17th, 2022. So I lost my passion for content creating around 2022, but I'm pretty sure it was before that. I think I just got too serious with it and stopped having fun with it and forgot that it all started from a genuine passion. I just have to get back to a point where I remember why I started in the first place. Now that I'm out of that waiting season isolation period that I was in, during that time I did come to the realization that I was blessed by God with the platform that I was given. Now I believe that the right thing for me to do is to use that same platform, but this time, instead of glorifying myself, I glorify God. I use my platform to point people to Christ. I'm not a teacher or a preacher, nor do I intend to be. I'm called to serve. How I'm going to use my platform as a Christian is just demonstrating what life with Christ can look like. I may not be able to preach to you and teach you theology, but what I can do is share what I've learned and what I'm learning along the way. I can share the knowledge that I have learned, pass it on. I could also show what life with Christ looks like as a young person, spreading the gospel, which all Christians are called to do. I don't have to do it perfectly, as long as it's biblically backed and I'm not straying anyone in the wrong direction. So that's more so the direction that I'm going in, and I hope you will stick around to see more, see what I do with my apartment, because I kind of left y'all on a cliffhanger there. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stay blessed. Until next time.